What's happening, man? It's different JJK reviews with some different Jujutsu Kaisen reviews. And today we gotta talk about Yuta Okkotsu and how he may be teed up to become the most powerful sorcerer in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. Now lately, the villains have been catching all the wins, all the W's, and it may finally be time for the main characters to show them that muscle, show them what's really been good. With the underrated leader of this all being Yuta Okkotsu. Now before we get into it, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know you're rocking with this video. It helps the video get out to more people like you. Also, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all the new Jujutsu Kaisen videos. Perfect. With that being said, let's get back to it. Now just after Sukuna bodied Gojo and Kashimo, Yuji and Higurumo start to pull up on Sukuna. Now in the panel, we're seeing Yuji with some new formations around his arm. Now there's been a lot of speculation around exactly what this has been and what some of Yuji's new power-ups might have been. Is this a new curse technique and what's really going on here? But with some new revelations in the Jujutsu Kaisen 240 panels, we actually see some new details and get a little bit of a better look with what's going on with Yuji. Now in this panel, we're seeing that his arm is actually red and it's only one of his arms for some reason. Now this is a little odd to keep it a buck, and it's about 50-50 on if this is really a cursed object or a cursed technique. I do got another video though breaking down my thoughts on Yuji's new cursed ability. After this video, be sure to check that out. It's a banger. Perfect. Now on Kenjaku's end of things. He just got caught in the most ridiculous scuffle with nobody else or with none other than Takaba, the comedian. And Takaba has one of the most overpowered abilities, but as Kenjaku breaks it down, he understands that it's truly the ability to manifest all phenomenon, which is just straight ridiculous. Kind of reminds me of like Luffy in his Gear 5 going straight Toon mode on it. Just no physics, no logic, as long as hopefully it stays balanced within the series. Now this ability has caught Kenjaku totally off guard. He just got caught lacking. And all of his abilities are doing nothing, doing nil to Takaba. He's just nullifying all of Kenjaku's attack. But again, don't get caught sleeping. Kenjaku is big brain. He was able to dissect Takaba's ability like that and figure out what his curse technique likely was and how to counter it. And he did this by breaking his spirit, breaking his confidence in his comedy. And he got this exactly right. Getting Takaba to lose his confidence trumped his entire ability. Now, even with all of this going on, we do know that Kenjaku set up the Culling Games with his and Tengen's barriers, as well as with a ton of cursed spirits throughout the entire colonies, meaning he has full visibility of every single thing going on, meaning he can see if Yuta or anyone else is in there based on the cursed energy changing. And with the cursed spirits, he can see if someone like Maki is pulling up to try to surprise him. But this still didn't stop Takaba from surprising him by suddenly showing up. This is likely by Ui teleporting him in directly to where Kenjaku was at. We even see a little bit of background from the Jujutsu sorcerers saying that their strategy was to pull Takaba as a first line to go up against Kenjaku. And I'm thinking this was likely to put themselves in a strategic position to set up Kenny Boy and get him into a vulnerable spot. Now real quick here, let's talk about Yuta. The boy's a prodigy, said to be able to surpass Gojo. And after this time skip, we have no idea what some of his new abilities may be. But we do know a few things. He has immense cursed energy. And with Rika, it's an immeasurable or boundless amount. Rika not only gives him boundless cursed energy, but also gives him access to some unknown cursed tools, which I'm pretty excited to see what some of these might be, because you know he's about to pull these out in some of his upcoming fights. And then he also has a domain expansion that we know he has access to, but we haven't gotten a full view of exactly how it works or what it does, because when he used it, it was in a clash with Ishigori and Uro in the only ever three-way domain expansion we've seen, and it just caused all their domains to shatter. So we know that domain expansion is on the way. And maybe most importantly is his core ability of copying curse techniques. We've seen this with him copying Inumaki's cursed speech technique. We've seen him copy Uro's sky manipulation, and we've also seen him copy Ishigori's cursed energy blast, and a handful more than even that. Now there is some speculation that he may need Rika to bite someone to copy the curse technique, but I don't think that's exactly accurate. For example, with him copying Inumaki's cursed speech, we've never seen Rika bite Inumaki. I don't know, let me know if I'm missing something here, but like Kenjaku said, I believe he may be able to copy curse techniques without any core requirement. Now that being said, in this game of chess, Takaba just showed up out of nowhere, surprising Kenjaku, and I got my cards on this being from Ui's curse technique. And keeping that in mind, it's very likely that Yuta could have copied this curse technique, getting his cards ready to be able to just pull up on Kenjaku when the timing is right. But more than this, Yuta could have potentially copied Takaba's ability, the ability to create all phenomenon, and this would just be crazy. To be honest, maybe a little bit too crazy, because it would definitely be overpowered if Yuta's just able to make things that he think of come to life. And again, Takaba's core ability may not have the core requirement of him needing to think it's funny. By the way Kenjaku worded it, it was all phenomenon. This power being in Yuta's hands would be absolutely ridiculous, but it might be just a bit too strong, so we'll see how it plays out. But if he does manage to be able to copy this, it would absolutely make him, if not one of the most powerful sorcerer in Jujutsu Kaisen. Now what I'm thinking the plan is here is that now that we're seeing Takaba has his curse technique back, this is just trouble for Kenjaku. Takaba has the most ridiculous skill. What may be the best way for Kenjaku to handle this is by opening up his domain expansion. And we've seen that with the sure hit of a domain expansion, it goes through all curse techniques, meaning this would be it for Takaba. We've even seen a domain expansion go through Gojo's infinity, so this may be Kenjaku's next best step. But that might actually be playing into what the Jujutsu sorcerers exactly want, putting Takaba first, for then to come in after, for when Kenjaku runs into curse technique burnout after opening up his domain. And with all of this, Kenjaku being in curse technique burnout, it may be the perfect technique for Yuta or Maki to immediately rush in and try to get one up on Kenjaku. But even all of that would be just a bit too good to be true. Throughout the entire series, Kenjaku has been big brain on everything happening, and he's also been watching the Gojo and Sukuna battle, including likely seeing them heal their curse technique burnout right after using a domain expansion. And if he's seen this, it's likely he may understand how to do this himself. So even if Yuta and Maki or the rest of the team are getting ready to rush in on Kenjaku after his domain, he might just clutch the situation and heal his curse technique burnout to make it a fair fight. But hey, you let me know what you think. How might Kenjaku and Takaba's battle end? Do you think Yuta's able to copy Takaba's technique, or would that be too overpowered? And also, do you think that Kenjaku might have learned how to heal his curse technique burnout, just like Gojo and Sukuna? Be sure to drop that in the comments below. Excited to see what you're thinking. Also, if you've been enjoying the video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all the new Jujutsu Kaisen videos. Perfect. Don't sleep on learning more about Yuji's new curse technique. Just made a video breaking down my thoughts on that. Be sure to check it out. With that being said, somewhere here is also a video that YouTube thinks you can like the most next. Check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.